Welcome to BibleLink. It's great to see you. Now, BibleLink exists to help link the Bible to real life, your life. Today we're in chapter 19 of Genesis. Of all of the book of Genesis, this passage gets referred to the most in the rest of the Bible. Perhaps you've heard of it too, Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, in the Bible, the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah are used all the time as examples of very wicked places and people. The story opens up with angels visiting the city, and Lot welcomes them. When you compare Lot's hospitality with Abraham's in the last chapter, we see he's not quite as generous, but still does a pretty fair job. He doesn't run up to meet them. He pretty much compels them to stay with him, perhaps because he knows how dangerous it is in the city of Sodom. He doesn't prepare a fattened calf for them, but unleavened bread instead. Still, in comparison to the rest of Sodom, his hospitality is outstanding. Then we get to see just how bad the rest of the city of Sodom has become. The rest of the men in the city gather around Lot's house and want to rape his guests. The people of Sodom had a complete lack of hospitality. Instead of serving their guests, they wanted to use and abuse them sexually. Now, Lot's own hospitality fails, and he offers to betray his daughters who are pledged to be married. He offers them up to be raped instead of his guests. And Lot tries to trade one rape for another. God sees all that he needs to see to make a judgment call on Sodom. He decides he's going to destroy the place and save Lot's family. There's no critical mass of righteous people to save this place. And as Lot's family flees from the destruction, his wife looks back and is turned into a pillar of salt. This can be an instructive example for us in our spiritual lives. Can God deliver us out of great evil and wickedness? But the temptation can be to look back to our former way of life, to start wishing for it or going back to it. This especially can be true in a time of transition and change. We're uncertain about the future, so we go back to what we used to know and find comforting. Are there things we are looking back to in our lives that we need to leave behind? This story has a lot of parallels to Noah and the flood that we read earlier in chapter 6 or 9. There's a great wickedness. God brings judgment through some form of natural disaster, flooding or a fire. And God spares one family, and the father of that family ends up drunk and chained. Talk about history repeating itself, right? And in a twist of irony, the very daughters that Lot offered to be used sexually are the ones who, at the end of the chapter, get their father drunk and use him sexually. What do you think about what happens in the story of Sodom? What questions do you have? Does anything make you feel uncomfortable? Just about the whole thing. What else did you notice? Thanks for engaging in BibleLink today. Join the conversation on Facebook, ask questions, share your observations, and invite someone to join you next time on BibleLink.